Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Software Testing. Still Daniel Knott, happy that you're here today. You have read the title already. Today I would like to talk about a day in the life as a head of software testing. And that's currently my position, that's my role. We call ourselves product quality engineers, and I'm one of the leaders of a 45 people department that focus on product quality, software testing, software engineering, and product quality coaching. And maybe you have seen a couple of videos out there, day in the life as a QA engineer, and they're like pretty amazing videos and things that are showing the day of a life of that person, of that role. But I haven't seen so many videos on the topic on head of something, like head of software testing, head of quality engineering, or head of engineer, and so forth. And I thought, okay, why not talk a bit about my day as the head of product quality engineering or head of software testing. So how is a typical day going to look like in my day, or like in my role? And to be honest, like, what is normal, right? There is no such thing as a normal day as a head of something, because usually you have to tackle things that come to your desk, to your computer, and you have sometimes to react immediately to topics that come around the corner. But let's start from the beginning. Like, how is my day look like, or how is my day starting basically? Hi, sorry for the interruption. I would like to thank you, Shiftsync, for being the main sponsor of today's video. The community about quality engineering. So if you're a developer, tester, DevOps, or product specialist, don't hesitate to jump over to the Shiftsync community to exchange with like-minded people. You can exchange with people on all tech and quality related topics, from software development, software design, software testing, security performance testing, and whatnot. Also, the latest trends in the tech world are covered over there. Today I want to highlight an awesome upcoming Shiftsync webinar. On November 15th, 2023, Dave Farley is hosting a webinar at the Shiftsync community. The webinar topic will be Better Software Faster. Dave will give us an exclusive inside view on how to build software with high quality in a DevOps environment. He will outline the core idea of DevOps, how this changed the economy of software development, and how you can apply it in your team. For those of you who don't know Dave Farley, he is a pioneer of continuous delivery, a thought leader and expert in DevOps, TDD, and software design. He has a long track record in creating high-performing teams and shaping organizations. So save the date to not miss the webinar on the 15th of November at Shiftsync. In case you're watching the video after the event, make sure to head over to the Shiftsync community to follow up the conversation of the webinar. Make sure to sign up using the link in the video description and start your community collaboration today. Thank you to Tricentis in creating such a cool tech community. It will help all of us to grow. See you in the community, and now back to the main video. So as I mentioned, I'm working for a service provider, a digital service provider in Germany, and we are helping clients to build products, test products, consult them in a way. So we're not developing our own product. So that's why I think the role of a head of software engineering or software testing might look completely different. For example, if you work for a product company who is developing their own product that's going to be sold or in front of customers. So and that's why I think there is like no typical day as of a head of software testing, but that's how it is and how my day looks like. So basically, I start my day pretty early in the morning. So I wake up between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning. And yes, it's early. But why do I do it? I have a family, I have a wife, I have 2 kids, young kids, like in the kindergarten and school age. And I really like the time in the morning when they're still in bed, when they're sleeping. And it's my personal time, my me time. And I use the time for doing sports. You can see it in the pictures. I love to go running, I love to go cycling, no matter the weather condition, darkness or whatever. I just enjoy this moment of the day because it's my personal time and I can do something good for me. So I do some sports activities, heading back home, take a quick shower, and then preparing breakfast for the family. And if I'm lucky, they're still in bed, so I can then wake them up slowly we have a family breakfast together, and then my wife and I, we are preparing them for school. So we bring them to school and kindergarten, and once that's done, if you're a parent, you already know, like, whew, toughest part of the day is already done, right? Kids prepared, kids in bed, not in bed, kids out of bed, kids in school and kindergarten. So there's time to relax. And then I'm going back to my own office, which is this one, and I'm working from there. So the majority of my time I'm working in my home office. I can go to an office, but since we can decide if we go to an office or not, I am going to, usually the most of the time, are in home office. So I go back home, and then I take a moment, go to my coffee machine, and have a really good coffee. Just another me time, a second me time, so to say. But I don't like sit somewhere else, but I take just the coffee and go in front of my computer. And then I take a look what happened during the night. I mean, hopefully not too many things, but usually I check emails, I check the communication channels that we have, like Teams, Slack, and so forth, see what's going to happen. And then, of course, I make a list of things that I would like to achieve on that day, like plain old to-do list, right? I use my digital paper for that, make some notes, check the notes that I've done yesterday. Is there something left over? And then I basically plan my day. So what I have in mind. And then already my first daily meetings are going to start. So talking to other departments in our company in terms of project allocation, project statuses, project opportunities. We take a look at what are new opportunities. Are there clients asking for projects or asking for help? And then we talk about this topic, and so that's basically my introduction to the day. And then, of course, I have a completely different set of days. Sometimes I have one-on-one meetings already in the morning. I avoid them to have these kind of one-on-one meetings in the morning because I'm a morning person, and I'm working best in the morning. So I use that time to have focus time. So work on project offerings, aka sales, right? Preparing offers, writing contracts, see project status, how is it going in project, and these kind of topics. And also working on department strategy, budget allocations, all the things that are on my desk that I'm responsible for. So checking the numbers, where we want to head towards, to other new technologies coming into the industry that are worth checking, and seeing if we can derive project offers or opportunities for our customers, basically. And this is then between 8:30 and 12 in the morning, and then like at 12 o'clock I start my lunch break. Usually my wife and I, we have prepared things in the beginning, like either early in the morning or the day before, so that cooking takes only like 10 to 15 minutes. So we prepare something together really fast, we have lunch together, and then I'll go out for a walk. That's what I do every day, because I'm sitting all day on my chair or in my chair, and I need to get some fresh air and to walk and to move a bit. So I'll go out and enjoy the nature. I mean, no matter the weather, raining, sunny, whatever, snow, I'll go out and go for a walk. So that's my routine. And back from walk, I have starting my afternoon activities, and then it's sometimes more meeting related. It's where I going to start and have my one-on-one meetings with my direct peers. So we talk about their career development, the current project situations, if they have problems, if I can help them, assist them in a way. I give them career advices and so forth. Sometimes, of course, there are hiring interviews. So in case we would like to hire somebody new, we have hiring interviews, and these interviews, of course, need time, right? In preparing them, then doing the meeting, giving honest feedback, and then talk internally what we're going to do with it and so forth. Then usually I have like a second slot of focus time. I block my calendar to just have the time for myself, to reflect, to do work on department strategy, projects, and so forth. Because otherwise, you know it, there are Teams, Slack, whatever communication tool is out there, it's distracting, right? It's like pushing messages all over the place. And then I usually have this focus time. Nobody can disturb me, and I can work on things to do. That's great. And then in the end, like in the afternoon, like, or in the evening, early evening, I'm done with my working times, right? I mean, I have prepared the things, I have worked with my peers. Sometimes I'm also working in client projects if I have the time to do so. So preparing workshops and these kind of topics help the teams there to establish a quality mindset in the company and so forth. And then the biggest benefit of working in a remote setup, I close the lid of my computer and I'm home. There is no commute, right? I don't need to commute to the office, back from the office, back home. I mean, I'm in a lucky position that commuting is for me like 30 to 35 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes, door to door, depending on public transportation. But still, like twice 40 minutes, it's quite some time. And I can use this time for doing sports in the morning and also spending time with my family in the afternoons or in the evenings, right? To play with my kids, do some stuff that needs to be done, like family organization, all these kind of topics. And that's the biggest benefit from my point of view in terms of home office. I see some drawbacks because you are like more or less working isolated in your own office, if you're lucky to have an own office, and you only can communicate via messages and video calls. That's okay, but it's better sometimes to meet also people in real life. But a day in life, as in my role working in the office, is much more stressful. You know, it's like, of course, my same morning routine. Maybe sports is a bit shorter, but then, you know, it's pressure on preparing breakfast, it's pressure on making the kids ready, bring them to school, to kindergarten, and then I have to head to the train station to catch the train, to head into the office, and then usually I have to already to participate the first meetings on the train on my phone. This is also not the ideal environment. And yeah, and then I do my same routine in the office, but with the only difference that I see people, I can talk to them, we have lunch together, which is really cool and great, to talk about any topics that we have in our minds and to exchange with people over a cup of coffee or tea. And then, of course, if I'm done with my work, I have to head home, you know, and when I stop working, and then I have to commute back, and sometimes trains are not operating and these kind of topics, I'm really late home and I can't see my kids going to bed in these kind of topics, and this is what I don't like, right? I mean, of course, it's sometimes okay to be away and to stay in the office longer on these kind of topics, but I really would like to help my family and support my wife in raising the kids and being a dad that can be responsible or like be achieved or like approached from their point of view. So that's why the home office thing is the best thing for me at the moment in my current life situation. And also it works great in the company I'm working with, because we in tech can do everything remote. And I think that the pandemic has shown it, that we can work remotely. We don't need to be in an office to do our job, right? And that's the cool thing. And so that's basically a typical day of my life. I mean, I cannot share anything because, you know, it's confidential in terms of screenshots or like my calendar and these kind of topics. But I think I managed the things quite well in this video. So main responsibilities for me is department strategy, budget allocations, talking to customers, account management, seeing that projects are running fine, checking the numbers, hiring people, giving one-on-one meetings with my direct peers, career advisors, and at the same time exchange with the software testing community to see what are new topics coming around the corner that might help us as a company, but also help myself to become better in my job as the head of software testing. So that's basically it for this video, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, any specific questions that you would like to get answered from myself. Also, if you are in a similar position or in a different position and you would like to share your experience in your daily working life, also leave it in the comments below. Happy to read and to reply to it. As always, leave a thumbs up, leave a subscription to support me. Have a great day, great night, great morning, whenever you're watching the video. See you and bye-bye.